Hi guys, welcome back to week 3 of Kate and Alice Do Halloween. We are going to be making mini albums. So cute. I did use a tutorial from Pink Strawberries. I will link her info down below. It's really tiny. You can see it's kind of about the same size as a small pair of scissors. I did use chipboard for the front and back. We are not going to be doing that. If you stick around for the Craft With Me tutorial, that is coming up towards the end of this video. So I'm just going to flip through each little page. It's just basically a lot of like folding, gluing. You don't have to use a sewing machine. You don't really have to do like too much at all. But each page can be a pocket, which I think is super cool. And this mini album, I also used double-sided paper. We are not going to be doing that. So it's going to be a tiny, tiny bit different. Not really different at all. That little boo page is just like my fave. Like the little cat, Banks the cat. I don't know. Look at that eek with a little star. Ugh, adjust. And oh, the After Dark page with a little button, little fringe. It just gives me all the vintage Halloween vibes. I love it. And then I just made this little shaker coffin with the tiny little Tim Holtz paper clips. Yeah, and kept this last page super simple. So stick around, guys, and we will be crafting it up, and you can follow along with me. I hope you enjoy. Okay, kids, here we go. We're going to need 6 3x6 strips of paper, 3 2x4s, and 3 2x2. I am going to be using single-sided paper for this. It's totally up to you. I also did some stitching. Again, totes up to you, however you want to go. This is the paper pad I will be using for this project. So I just kind of laid out the paper strips I will be using. So we got the 2x4, 3x6, and the 2x2. Now you're going to get your We Are Memory Keepers, flattener, score, I don't know what you call them. And we're just going to fold each of the 3x6 over just in half and even them out. Make sure they're looking good. But like I said, a lot of this is honestly just folding and gluing, which is my kind of crafting. That's what I'm into. So you're going to do that for all 6. Now you're going to set them up so you can see which pages you would like to go with what. The smaller strip of paper, you can see the 2x4 is going to kind of be the bridge that holds them together. So what we're going to do now is just fold those over, do the same exact thing, fold them in half, crease, fold, and rinse, wash, repeat. Now we are going to attach the pages. So like I said, in my mini album, I did use double-sided paper, so you couldn't see the white part, but don't worry, I got a plan for that. So you're just gonna use whatever glue you want. I like to use this glue. You could use double-sided tape, but I feel like it just gives you a little bit more leeway if you want to move it. So you can stick out that binding however far you want. I did about a 1/4 inch, but totally up to you. My other album, I did it much bigger because it was much chunkier and I did eyelets, but we're not going to be doing all that here. So you just run the glue along the side and leave the top open for the pocket, and you repeat on the other side. So you're going to glue that down, and I didn't measure. You totally could. I feel like that's super fussy. So you're just going to glue that side of the binding down again, leaving about a 1/4 inch sticking out. I just kind of said like 2 squares. And then you can fold them on top of each other if they're not quite lined up. Like I said, the glue gives you a little, you can just kind of like fudge it, make it work. So that is our first page. And don't forget to do the, I call it like an L, a backwards L. I don't know. Perfect. Now we're good to go. And don't worry, we will be covering where it says 2x4. So we're just going to repeat the same process again with the pages that you chose. And even though these two kind of look similar, they're not going to be next to each other. So it's all good. It's all good. You can also glue the page together if you don't want every single page to have a pocket. That's totes cool too. I did do that with one of my pages because I didn't want to have like all the pockets all the time. So you can see I did that here. That's what I ended up doing with the black kind of bones. Alrighty. So now you can see it's pretty double-sided paper. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to cover it with those little 2x2 squares. And I think it gives such a cool look. Look. Just imagine it's L-E-W-K. All right. So, sorry. So you're going to fold it inside out. So the white part is going to be showing. You just fold it in half like every other thing that we've done. And then you just get some glue and you're just going to literally stick it on top. And remember, the pocket is on the top, so it doesn't affect anything. That's what is awesome about this tutorial. No like super complicated bookbinding, none of that. So you're just going to do that on all of the It is the home stretch. All right, so now you're just going to line up whatever kind of pattern order you want it to go. It totally doesn't matter. And you're just going to put them inside each other, just like that. So that the binding, they're all kind of folded in. And there's your book, it's done. No, I'm kidding. It's okay if they're not totally even. I think it like makes it look cute. It's going to be all chunky anyway. Like, look at that. It doesn't even close. You can't even see it. So who cares anyway? All right, Crop-A-Dile. I used the smaller hole punch. This one, like I said, we're not going to put eyelets because you're going to punch right on the seam and you can't put an eyelet there. I made that mistake the first like 3 times I tried to record this and it just didn't work. So if you want to use eyelets, you're just going to have to use a much bigger binding. You can use baker's twine, you can use yarn. I ended up using this really skinny ribbon. I'm going to show you how I put it through. So I like to put it through the opposite, so not starting from the inside, starting from the outside, and I'll show you why. You just want to make sure that it is secure. So then you're just going to put it back through the other side. You could totally leave it like this and just put a bow in it, call it a day. I don't like to do that. So I cross them here and then go back over the outside and then I do the bow. So it just makes it more sturdy, especially because there's pockets. There's going to be lots of stuff in it. You don't want it all like flim-flamming around, like being a mess. So there you go. You could totally do it that way. I'm actually going to use the tool just because I feel like tool cinches things really well. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't know what these things are called, scorers, little tools, but they're great for kind of pushing through tool or like thicker ribbon, whatever. I thought that came out real cute, real cute. And that's it. Ta-da! Then you're just gonna tie it in a bow. And that is basically the book. I am gonna be showing you how I finished decorating this little guy. If you stick around, it's just gonna be following this. So ta-da! And here we are, just like that. It's like on the cooking shows when they put it in the oven and then they pull out a pan. So this is the finished product. You can see it came out super duper chunky, just the way that I like it. So I used a lot of different collections for this. It was just kind of like a mishmash, did some stitching, and you can see because it's a mini album, you could put tags or pictures. I did make a lot of extra little, I liked using those pieces from the crepe paper collection just because I had a ton, super cute. And I made these like little pockets on the page so you can also stick little goodies in there. I thought that came out real cute. So I did do a bunch of that. This one I kept pretty simple and just made some embellished tags. Just loves it. This is a little banner I made, and that also, if you just like glue on the bottom and the sides, it makes like a little pocket. And like I said, those little Halloween advent, I thought so cute, so perfect, perfect size. This was actually in the tutorial. I loved it, so I repeated it. I think it was brilliant. I just added the ghost, and I added the little Tim Holtz mini staples, which I thought came out really cute. In this page, I did not make a pocket, so I just kept it really simple. This is probably my least favorite page. We all have them in a project, but just like, I don't know, I just like wasn't feeling it. I did put together this little like cluster with a paper clip, so none of that is glued down, so they could like reuse it. When you're putting it in there, like be mindful. You can see I fixed the ghost's face, so you can see it. This piece, again, it's like one piece, and I just glued it in an L shape, and it is a little pocket. So I pre-made those before I glued them on, and it made it so much simpler. So I just stuck a couple of pieces of ephemera in there. Thought it was cute. This page I kept nice and simple. It's good to break it up. And then I just put that die cut and make sure that like if it has words, you can see the word, it's sticking out, looks way better. Little eyelash trim. That was, I can't remember, Midnight Haunting collection. So I just used that flower piece that I embellished a little bit as also a pocket. Shaka, shaka. Here is my favorite part of the entire book. Look at this little acetate coffin shaker that I made with this adorable little skeleton gal with her little bow. And then I had these acetate pieces, I think from a Michaels collection, the All Hallows Eve. It was all one word, and I just cut it up and glued that on top. I thought that came out so cute. I'm obsessed. So that's the finished product. Thank you for following along. I will link everything down below. Stay tuned as Alice and I continue our Halloween collaboration. I hope you enjoyed this. Happy crafting. Stay spooky. Toodles.